Vice President Kamala Harris will visit Florida today to address the state's new standards for teaching black history in schools. Earlier this week, the state's Board of Education approved new guidelines that includes teaching students that some black people benefited from slavery because it taught them useful skills. The White House says the vice president now will deliver remarks in Jacksonville to highlight the administration's efforts to, quote, protect fundamental freedoms. The visit comes just a day after Harris's speech in Indianapolis, where she blasted states that are banning books.
And speaking of our children, extremists pass book bans to prevent them from learning our true history. Book bans in this year of our Lord 2023. And while they do this, check it out. They push forward revisionist history. Just yesterday in the state of Florida, they decided middle school students will be taught that enslaved people benefited from slavery. They insult us in an attempt to gaslight us, and we will not stand for it.
Joining us now, the host of MSNBC's Politics Nation, president of the National Action Network, Reverend Al Sharpton. Rev, good morning. I had to dig in and read this because the headline I thought couldn't be true, but here it is, a 216-page document from the Florida State Board of Education. One section that reads, slaves developed skills which in some instances could be applied for their personal benefits. I never thought I'd see both sidesism of slavery taught in public schools.
Well, it is not only insulting, it is humiliating. And it really is dangerous because it will instruct young people, if it is allowed to go forward, not only a distorted version of American history, but it robs us from seeing where we are. When you see the vice president going to Florida today to really give national spotlight to this, it shows also how far the country's gone, that you have a first time in the history of the country, a woman and a black woman, a woman of color, as vice president that came from a history of slavery. So to distort how brutal slavery is like saying an abused woman, a man say I abused her because I was trying to get her bad lineage out of her family curses out of her. I mean, it is absolutely absurd, insulting, and it is not only a distortion of American history, but it robs from us the progress that we have made. Therefore, the progress we must continue. And I couldn't think of anything more egregious to do to young people. So I'm glad that the vice president is going to Florida to underline this.
Well, and talking about both sidesism, Rev, you actually have also the requirement for teachers to engage in both sidesism, to talk about, like, for instance, the infamous 1920 massacre in Florida that actually was described by many as one of the most single bloody days in American history for this type of massacre against black people. The guidelines say that teachers must also teach acts of violence in massacres like this against black people, where what acts of violence black people may have committed in that massacre. Again, a massacre against black people in Florida because a black man tried to vote. This would be akin to saying, if you're in Warsaw, you must teach not only how the Nazis massacred the Jews, but if the Jews did anything in the Warsaw Ghetto uprising to try to defend themselves against the Nazi massacre, you must teach those acts of violence against Nazi stormtroopers as well. It's just grotesque. It is so grotesque and obscene, Rev. I mean, it's just unthinkable that this is happening in 2023. But this is Ron DeSantis' Florida, and could be Ron DeSantis' America.
It is absolutely Ron DeSantis' Florida. And when we look at that, he is the second most popular candidate, or as according to the polls, even though he's a distance from Trump. So your choice is Trump or DeSantis, who's brought about this in this country at this time. Those of us that want to rise above that have to really push back like the vice president's visit, and stand together. I mean, you and I came from different political perspectives, but stand together. That's why Martin Luther King III and I have invited you to be our guest in Washington for the March on Washington, commemorating on August 26th, to show that there are people that will stand together and tell the truth about what happened in the country so we can heal. You can't bring the country together unless we're honest about what happened. Yes, tell both sides, but tell both sides in a real way. Don't try to equate things that are not equal and not fair. You know, Joe, one of the things that I was saying to someone last night when I got the call the vice president was going, it's very personal to many of us. In 2007, a New York paper, the New York Daily News, did a whole tracing of my background, found out that my family was owned by a family in Edgefield, South Carolina, Alexander Sharpton. That's who my great-grandfather was owned by. And I went down and visited Edgefield. I even saw the plantation my great-grandfather worked at. It never occurred to me till that day, every time I write my name or hear my name, I am saying the name of the owners of my great-grandfather. That's not our name. We don't know our name. That's the property name of us. That's how personal it is. So to think that my grandson or whomever in my family in Florida could learn this benefited us, that we didn't even know our names, we didn't know our history, and was made to work with no wages and to act like there was some benefit to that, it's a personal slap in the face of all Americans, and we all ought to resist it and stand together like you and I have, Joe.